Jamaicans doing great things. Our next guest was the recipient of both the Oprah Winfrey and the Rockefeller scholarships. And yes, my producer Kayan had to say he is a Ardenite. You're never a former Ardenite, Kayan. Once an Ardenite, always an Ardenite. And I'm speaking about none other than actor and performer Ulato Sam. Good morning and welcome to Smile Jamaica, sir.
Good morning, good morning. Thank you for having me. It's an honor, really.
But listen, I'm looking at your resume. I'm reading your story. It's the stuff films are made of. So interestingly, you're an actor because you actually left here on a track scholarship.
Yes, I got a track scholarship to Morehouse College in 2010 after graduating from Arden. And I ran for all 4 years, and towards the end of that experience, I tore my quad, and that gave me a little bit more time to focus on some of the pursuits that I had been partaking in, but not really focusing on during that time. Because, you know, when you're running track and field, you know, it sort of takes most of your time. And that's how I developed or really fell in love full time with creating art.
Wow. And from Morehouse, you moved to UCLA. What did you do your master's? What did you pursue there?
I got a master's of fine arts with a focus in theater, and I specifically focused in acting. So
Nice.
a holistic approach to the art, and then my research was deconstructing, reconstructing movement and text in space and time using the body as an organizational instrument.
Neville, come help me deconstruct what Yolata just said. I'm joking. I'm joking. It's important, and I'm glad you put it in within that context, Yolata, because a lot of times when we talk about the creative art and creative work, I don't think people see some of what you just said. They don't see it sometimes as being an academic pursuit. And I tell people, if you're not bright, you can't be successful in creative art. But the Oprah Winfrey Scholarship, how did you end up there? And tell me about that experience meeting Oprah and working with a team with Oprah for months.
Well, at Morehouse, which is a really amazing institution, really the only university in the United States that's dedicated towards educating men of color, specifically Black men. That was the focus. Has a scholarship that is offered. It was started by Miss Winfrey herself, and she created this scholarship for young men that had, from my understanding, a multiplicity of talents. And really, honestly, the way I like to think of it is just young Oprahs, you know, in the making. And what was really amazing about it was that it was one of the big motivating factors with me doing my academics, performing throughout Atlanta, and also running track and field, because I had to sort of juggle and maintain all of that. And from that point, I just worked hard. And coming out to Los Angeles, I had the amazing opportunity after starting my work with Julian Hoff and Kinergy, that we went on the Oprah 2020 Vision Tour that was presented by WW. And I had no idea it was going to happen. It was a super sporadic moment. We were in Atlanta in front of 15 or maybe 17,000 people. My mom was sitting in the audience, and all I remember is her just saying my name and calling me over. And I realized that in that moment, everything that I had experienced, whether it was my training in acting, whether it was my experience hosting on stage, or, you know, just being on the field, led to that one moment of taking action, seizing a moment, and sharing, you know, my gratitude for life and for people, just caring about other people and specifically me.
Awesome. I can't even imagine what this moment must have been like for you. But I want to talk to you about your next project, Beautiful Monster. Tell me about Beautiful Monster. You're the lead.
Oh yes, so Beautiful Monster has been an amazing project. It is a short film that was produced here in Los Angeles, and it centers around a young man who wakes up in the middle of I like to think of purgatory in some senses, and in order to get out, he has to face himself. And that's a challenge that a lot of people face. And specifically speaking to our small little island, there's so many times where young men make choices that put them in so much more trouble when they could use that talent, that energy, that creativity to carve a new path. And so I like to think of it like the tale of Sisyphus, just pushing that boulder up the mountain every day to be sent back down to the base.
Yeah. How did your education at Arden shape the creative arts for you, Ulato? I mean, we're looking at coffee, we're looking at alkaline, we see a number of young people with talent, Chantal Jackson, Girl. What is it about Arden that fosters the creative arts?
Well, I want to say first and foremost, we have to give credit to the individuals who are teaching the arts in that space, who are, making that creative space possible. Big shout out to Miss Susan Bidu, who really found ways of drawing me off the track sometimes and giving me 15 20 minutes of coaching here and there. But it's also the environment, it's the ecosystem that's created, whether it's Ian Hurd with the music, or you're finding time in devotion to hear some of these amazing voices that are singing in the morning, or just the talents that just are in the space. It's really just a collective of students and people who are encouraged to express themselves.
And they create that energy. All right, they're running me off, but I can't go without asking you quickly, in a couple of seconds, about Juliana Hoff's Kinergy team, of which you're a big part.
Yes. It is an amazing experience where we help guide you towards expressing yourself through movement. We engage the breath, the imagination, and your body, your own natural resistance, and we give you an experience that is inspired by the elements. And we're moving out of the age of just regular physical health and into energetic health. So if you feel healthy, then you can also be healthy as well. And she created this method after research and just an experience, and I'm lucky enough to be one of the founding guides who has helped mold and shape it into what it is today.
Awesome. Listen, I don't have to ask the last question because it said, what would you say to young people who are watching now? But I think you've said it by your deeds, and that is, believe in the dream, work hard, and it will happen, and it will happen. Ulato, so proud speaking to you this morning. Continue to shine and pave that way. And we look forward to seeing you on even more big screens in the coming future.
Thank you.
Do a quick shout out to Beadle already, Miss Bog, before them cut we off. Big up the family before we go.
I definitely have to say a big thanks to my mother, my brother, my grandmother, Beryl Murdoch, whose, sacrifice and hard work is why I'm here. Kenya Mattis, Dion Mattis, big up to the Arden family. And most of all, I also want to say to every young person that may look like me, sound like me, or dream like I do, your dreams are valid, and people like me are waiting to collaborate. We're here to bring Jamaica to the world stage and advance the whole human race using our natural gifts. So let's do it together.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Nice meeting you, Ulato Sam, actor, performer, and so much more, making moves in Hollywood. All right, great seeing you.